TV 1061, conceptualizing your ideas across the world and beyond. TV 1061, conceptualizing your ideas across the world and beyond. TV 1061, conceptualizing your ideas across the world and beyond. TV 1061, conceptualizing your ideas across the world and beyond. TV 1061, conceptualizing your ideas across the world and beyond. TV 1060.
Hi everybody, yes, Talk Show Divas is back. Right? Tradition. There's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with that. We have traditions out there and they are that.
Unacceptable. Unacceptable. And I have never ever wanted anybody to have the death penalty, but this is one time where I'm sorry.
Always get it started. And I so, and I so, I'm independent, got my own.
Have to be with somebody that you question. We all should still protect ourselves. But
and you telling me I'm losing money? That don't even make sense.
And I'm so, and I so.
We appreciate you for tuning in with us today. Again, we're streaming live every Sunday at 4:30 p.m. right here in Douglasville, Georgia, with me, your host, Kat Davis, my co-host, Latanya and Kay, and our executive producer.
And my clothes, light for the party. Always get it started. And I so, and I so. I'm independent, got my own.
Hi everybody, welcome back to Talk Show Divas, where we give you a platform of some real hot topics that are going on a global platform. So today we are so excited about streaming live right here in Douglasville, Georgia, where we stream live every Sunday at 4:30 p.m. And so we're just so happy that you all have tuned in with us today. So listen, I need you to like, I need you to share, and I need you to comment on today. We definitely want to give kudos to our executive producer, Felix Washington. Let me tell y'all something about Mr. Felix Washington. Not only is he a great executive producer, but he is compassionate about helping others, and he has also helped so many people to have an opportunity to have a platform on different shows throughout the week. And so this is a Black-owned business.
yes.
And this is our Black king that we should always make sure we try to support, not just him, but other people. So with that being said, please, please, please give us some donations to continue to do these great things that he is doing in the community, right here through the TV shows, and also giving you an opportunity to share your banners, your businesses, your organizations, and for you to have your own show if that's what you want to do. So again, you can Cash App TV 1061. Again, that's TV 1061. Make that donation today, okay? Now, if you want to call in today while we are talking today, you can call at 770-485-7724. I am so happy to be here with these beautiful black queens, the other divas.
Yes,
I'm your host, Kat Davis, and I'm going to let them tell you who they are.
Hi, I'm Kay. Good afternoon, everyone. It's LJ.
So, are y'all ready to dive into these topics?
Certainly.
Right before we do that, I still have to recognize our sponsors. And if you want to be a sponsor, you can be a sponsor just like these sponsors that we have. So, of course, we always talk about Burke's Jewelers, who we run throughout the show. So you get to see a video, which is something that you can do. And if you like to do that, again, you can email us at 1061tv@gmail.com. The other sponsor that we have is a company called Katrina Sticks. Her name is Katrina Spencer. You can reach her at 404-734-2990. She has a phlebotomy and laboratory service that she offers, and her motto is, she vain to please. So listen, if you need those services, make sure that you contact her. You see how she has her banner up there? You can have a banner too. All you got to do is email us and let us know, and we'll get you taken care of. We also have another sponsor, and that particular organization is called Freedom for Families, a wealthy mindset. And she just wants you to know that you can start your life all over again. It's never too late. I don't care what you're experiencing. I don't care what you're going through. You can always start right back over again. And you can reach her at www.startover.com. Her phone number is 678-783-6380. You see the banner up there as well. And like I said, if you want your banner to be shown, if you want us to give you a shout out here on Talk Show Divas, as well as the other shows, you can do that for a small price. Let's get started, ladies. Let's get started. So, from what we gather, there has been a high range of sales with guns and ammunition. Now, it has really soared, and probably due to the defunding movement of the police that is growing each and every day. As well as it started when the coronavirus started earlier, because people became into a panic. But now, since the international crisis of George Floyd, as well as our other Black Americans that have been under the brutalness of some officers, I didn't say all, but some officers, that have taken advantage of their power of authority, and have murdered a lot of our Black people. And Black Lives Matter has become something that has been going across the entire nation. And we have other nationalities who are joining in with us as well, because it shouldn't be just our fight. It should be all of our fight together for Black Lives Matter. But I'm going to start with you, Kay, regarding this rise in ammunition. Why do you think now that it has become a issue of them doing, I mean, they've been doing thousands of backgrounds. I mean, thousands and thousands. I think it's even up to almost 1 million background checks for guns and ammunition.
It's 6.5 million.
6.5 million. Why do you think there is such a rise in this?
Well, I think that the people want to be able to protect themselves in case, not just from, going out in the public and having things happen to them, but things that may come to them and while they're in their home. And from my experience being involved in Hurricane Katrina, a lot of people were getting robbed. A lot of people's homes were getting broken into. A lot of businesses were getting broken into. So I think people are just trying to have an extra precaution of safety. And I don't think that with all that's going on in the world today with the different officers who are using their authority in the wrong way, that they feel like they have security in that. So a lot of people are taking in their own hands to get ammunition. They say that the ammunition is going off the shelves faster than the food.
Yeah, absolutely.
So
absolutely,
it's a lot.
Yeah, it really is. And Tanya, I wanted to ask you this question because I know that we deal with a lot of mental health, and with everything that's going on, do you think that it has affected people mentally, that they are doing things that they wouldn't normally do, and then it's allowing other people to feel like their life is in danger with even what's going on with people getting killed, and they're getting killed seem like almost every day now.
Right.
Arson is being done now. It's just so much. Businesses being torn down, breaking in homes. These things haven't stopped, and I think that it has kind of risen. What do you think about all of that?
Well, I definitely think that at this time in this country, there's a lot of people hurting, and there's a lot of stuff going on mental health wise that I don't even think that we really appreciate what people are dealing with right now. People are very stressed due to, coronavirus came in, people were losing jobs, losing income sources, which is very stressful in and of itself. But then you had a shutdown, so people weren't able to rely on the resources that they typically have. They couldn't go to work and vent to their coworkers. They couldn't go to their counselor and have a sit-down conversation with that person. So you have this combination of overwhelming life stressors that are happening, and then you're put in a room with 4 walls and it's just you. And then you have, you add pressure like having your children at home and trying to help them keep up with schoolwork and things like that.
Right.
So all these factors coming together has really created a really damaging effect on mental health. I talked earlier in one of our episodes, we talked about domestic violence going up. So there's so much stuff happening in homes right now. And what concerns me about the increase in guns and ammunition walking out the door is that, well, number one, when you have a gun or when you have ammunition, you feel a need to use it. So
Right.
if people have it, the likelihood that they're going to use it is there. So are we going to be seeing a surge in people all of a sudden who, never owned guns before? Because remember that 6.5 million background checks, 40% of those were brand new gun owners.
Wow.
Brand new gun owners. So these are people who have not used a gun before, that need to get training, that need to get, expertise and things like that and how to use these things. And so you have a ton of people coming in here who've never had a gun before. Now they have one, and with all of the circumstances going on around us, they're going to feel the need to use that weapon.
Right.
And to try to protect themselves, because we know the whole thing is fear-based. But the other part of that, like I said, from the mental health perspective, that concerns me is people using it on themselves.
Right.
People feeling suicidal, people
That's
feeling
a
like they
huge
have no
concern.
outlet.
Yes.
So that's also, I think, a very big deal, and I think that, that it should, while I'm sure these gun shop owners and things like that are probably happy to see the profits and the sales and all these things going up, I think at the same time we should be very concerned, because anytime we see that, we see a door opening to potential negatives that can come from that as well.
Right. I know that one of the things that I read was that these new people that are getting the gun for the first time are purchasing the semi-automatic handguns, which has outpaced the shotgun. by a 2-to-1 margin. And so what I'm not understanding is, I know we have to go through background checks, but I think that we should take it a little further than just background checks to see if these people have been trained. You know, so we're allowing people to get a gun after the purchase of a gun, but do we really know they know how to use the gun? And like you said, they may use it on themselves, or they could be just trying to clean it or practice putting bullets, ammunition in, and it goes off. So with a rise in it, I think that they should now make sure that there is proper training to use the gun, because somebody could really get hurt.
Well,
They could really get hurt.
I think is, you know, before the pandemic came about, visual to all of us, the president lifted a bill where anybody can purchase a gun, even a person with mental illness. And, you know, so I don't think that was a good move, because, you know,
But in reality, he's not making a lot of good moves, period, from what I can see.
Right, but I mean, just to know that, you know, anybody with mental illness can purchase a gun.
Right, right.
It's scary.
And so viewers, if you're out there listening to this particular topic, we would love to hear what you have to say as it relates to buying guns and ammunition. Do you believe that there should be some training involved before they allow people to actually purchase? As we were saying, that because of a lot of mental health issues, we can't control how people react when they feel like they're unsafe. And nor do we have the ability to know if someone really has a mental issue if they don't have a record anywhere. So, but there are those of you that live with people, that have family members, that know other people, and if you know someone has a gun and could be in danger to themselves, then I think that we all should take action, you know, when it comes to something like that. But I wanted to give you the opportunity to call in today if you would like to make a comment on this particular topic or any other topics that we have. And again, that phone number is 770-485-7724. Again, please write this number down, because we want you to call in. We want you to make comments. We want to hear what you all have to say as well. Again, that number is 770-485-7724. I just want to check to make sure we haven't missed anything. Okay, so we have Deborah Boyce Larrier. Hi, Deborah. How are you doing? Hi, Kenneth Lott. Good to see you up here. Deborah said that we as a people are tired of being accosted, tired of having no way to legally protect ourselves, seeing as those who are sworn to protect and serve are the people killing us. Responsible gun owners go to the range, learn how to use their firearms. I honestly believe if someone wants to take themselves out, not having a gun won't stop them. What would you all have to say back to Deborah as it relates to what she just stated?
Well, I like the phrase that she used, being a responsible gun owner. And, you know, that's the whole key. You will go to the range and you'll learn how to shoot and you'll learn how to use your weapon and things like that. But I don't know that, you know, that we can say for certain that all these people, this mad surge of gun purchasers, are all going to be those types of responsible gun owners. The other thing that I just want to add to that is, you know, we see these trends kind of things where people, you know, events happen and people run out and they purchase guns. So it's not unusual to see, for example, like I read a researcher who noted that right around election times, you'll see a surge of gun purchasing going up. We know we saw that with Obama because there was this big fear that he was going to come in and change gun laws and people were going to lose their guns. So all of a
Right.
sudden everybody ran out and started buying guns. Then we saw it again with Trump when he was elected because people felt like there would be unrest, quite frankly, between white supremacy and things like that. So there's been this typical pattern of, things get scary, things get uncomfortable, we start to think something's going to happen, and everybody runs out and buys guns. So I think there's a question that we need to be asking about that too, and how did guns become the answer, to everything?
That's good. That's good. So you all, nobody has called, and we thank you, Deborah, for your comment, but we want to hear from others as well. So we're about to take a break. We have some more topics to talk to you about today. Please stay tuned, and again, like, share, comment, and make that call to us today. We'll be right back.
So many Black lives incarcerated. So many Black lives silenced. When will we stop the madness?
Welcome to Burke's Jewelry. How may I help you?
We're looking for engagement rings.
We offer a wide selection. However, I believe we have just what you're looking for. Burke's Jeweler is your family's jeweler at 491 Flat Shoals Avenue Southeast, Atlanta, Georgia 30316 in East Atlanta Village.
Hi, I'm Michael Kyle, your funniest man on the planet, and you're watching TV 1061, your global network. Stay tuned, because that's how they do it over here. Big time party. All right, see y'all later. Bye.
Hi, welcome back to Talk Show Divas. Listen, again, I need you to like, share, and comment. We need you to talk to us on today. We, again, are so excited to be back. I think we were out a couple of weeks, right, y'all ladies? It was Father's Day.
Father's Day weekend.
One weekend, and then,
No.
that was out just one weekend.
It was just
I
you.
was out because it was my birthday, and boy, did I celebrate, even though I had a little accident and got some bumps and bruises, but it still ain't stopped me. I'm still going. I'm telling you, I'm still going. I was fortunate to be able to ask to speak at a Black Lives Matter event yesterday, and it was so awesome. I'm actually going to post some pictures and some footage once that my media guy gets done with it on my nonprofit, LWV, Ladies with Vision. Speaking of nonprofit, we have a nonprofit through TV 1061 called Wisdom.
Yes.
And so if you want to donate, we are always mentoring young people so they can learn how to operate in the audio media field. Listen, learn about broadcasting. They would have a great director, Mr. Felix, who will make sure they learn every aspect as it relates to streaming live and broadcasting and learning how to work the camera. So if you have any young people that want to learn that, please make sure you contact us. You can email us at 1061tv@gmail.com. We got some great things coming down the pipeline, which we'll be sharing with you at a later time. But again, I am your host, Kat Davis, and we about to jump into this with my other hosts, who are,
I'm Kay.
And LJ.
in the flesh. Okay, so let's go on about this second topic. This second topic is about Silicon Valley, who can no longer tinker around the obvious. So there is a diversity problem going on in some of these businesses. And let's talk about some of the companies. It includes Apple, Twitter, eBay, and LinkedIn, some of the companies that we all support. There is a problem with diversity, and especially,
don't forget about Facebook.
Oh, and Facebook as well. Listen, it's about 10 companies that has a diversity issue. Now, some of them are trying to hurry up and do something about it because, listen, y'all making a difference with this Black Lives Matter. You hear me? We're making a difference with Black Lives Matter, and we have to continue to open up our mouth and have a voice that will cause change throughout America. So I salute you Black kings, and I salute you Black queens, and I salute all the other people that have joined in to make a difference in this world. Please don't give up. Keep going. Be persistent. Have perseverance in everything that you do. But we're going to let Tanya talk a little bit about this whole scenario of the Silicon Valley and how they can no longer tinker. And then we're going to let Kay go right after her.
Yes, so Silicon Valley, we know, is host to a number of rather large companies and corporations. I'm not exactly sure how many are there, but it's all of your significant players, like we mentioned earlier, Apple, Google, Lyft. There's just tons of different companies back there. And the problem is that they've always been known for having an extremely white male-dominated culture. And so there's very little hiring practices that involve efforts to diversify, where they have Asian employees, Black employees, Hispanic employees. There's just been a history, and it's just kind of become their thing, is that that's what they're known for. And so now there's a lot of pressure and interest in seeing these companies be more diversified in both their efforts to diversify, and then their hiring, and then also in their promotion and who are the executives that are involved in these companies. I looked at a study that was done in 2017 by the Center for Investigative Reporting. They analyzed 177 of the companies. So that just tells you right there's more than 177 companies, but they analyzed 177 of them, just looking at their employment practices where it relates to diversity. And I'm going to share with you some of the statistics here. 10 of the companies that they looked at didn't employ not one single Black woman.
Wow.
3 of the companies did not employ one single Black employee at all. A company issued diversity reports showed that Apple, so think about how big Apple is, that only 9% of the employees at Apple were African American, Black, and 2% at Google were Black. And also nearly 1/3 of the companies had no executives who were women of color. Also very, very interesting is that the number of Black executives is so low in Silicon Valley that even if you just have 1 or 2, it makes it look very staggering. It makes it look, incredibly well. So in one company, for example, they had 3 Black executives out of 36, but that makes 8%, and so it made them like the second highest employer of diversity. So imagine that. And then the other astonishing thing about that study was the high attrition rates, how many African Americans do manage to get in for the company and then leave because of how they're treated, how uncomfortable they're made to feel, and the fact that that ceiling is placed over their heads. So they're not able to promote, they're not able to get the training and recognition that they need to be successful, and in some cases are flat out told that they're not going to advance. So it's really shocking that you can have so many companies and so many large companies that feel like they can operate and function in this present world without having a more diverse population.
Absolutely. You're absolutely right with that. It is amazing to me that some of them still haven't tried to create change within the company with what is actually going on now. But I believe now that because we have a voice, and if we continue to voice about these particular things that are going on, we can make some change. It doesn't just start with us. bringing up this topic, but we need all of you out there as well to begin to speak and open your mouth and bring this discovery, to a global platform. And so, Kay, I know you have something that you want to say, but it looks like we have a call coming in. Let's see.
We can take that call.
We're going to take that call. Hi.
Hey.
Thank you for calling Talk Show Divas. Who are we speaking with?
Yeah.
Who are we speaking with?
Hi.
Oh, there's a delay.
I think we have a little delay, but you can go ahead and start speaking, but we want to know who we're speaking with.
Well, this is Deborah Boyce Larier.
Oh, hi, Deborah. Hi, Deborah. Can you turn your media down? Can you turn your media down so we can hear you good?
How about?
That's great. Okay, Deborah, you can speak now.
Okay. I would like to say that all of these companies that are now jumping on the bandwagon.
Yeah, they are. Some of them are trying to jump on the bandwagon.
Yeah, and they're only jumping on the bandwagon because they want our money. We need to put our money where our beliefs and our ideals are.
Absolutely. You are absolutely right, Deborah. We need to make sure that we circulate the black dollars. We're putting money in places that do not care anything about us. And if we would come together, we could have so much. We're better together than we are apart. We're so much more powerful than we know. But we have to make sure that we get this word out, like I was saying, on a global platform, to let them know we're not dealing with this anymore. We're not taking it anymore. We have to circulate these black dollars. I think there was a black couple that opened up a gas station.
Yes.
And so we salute them as well, but we need some black banks. We need some black Googles, some black Facebooks. We need you all to tap into the belly of your creativity. We need you to get inside of that womb, and we need you to execute it. Don't think that any idea that you have is not enough, because it is. You just have to do your research and put it out there. We won't know unless you put it out there. So now we have all these social platforms where we can find each other, to get this black money circulating. And
you see the four brothers from school that got together and pooled their money and took their first house and remodeled it, and now they're buying up houses.
Wow.
That's what we have to do. We have to stop worrying about what the next person is doing and do what we can do.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I agree with you wholeheartedly. And we appreciate you calling in, Deborah. And because you were the first caller to call in, we need you to send your address to talkshowdivas with the number 1 at gmail.com, because I'm going to give you your very own signature lip gloss from Le Blue Diamond Cosmetics.
I love you ladies.
So make sure you send your email. We appreciate you calling in. We value, what you say, and we thank you very much. So don't forget to send your address so we can get you your signature lip gloss. It's a number 94, and it's called a sheer nude, and it is absolutely fabulous. From Le Blue Diamond Cosmetics.
Awesome.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. You have a good day.
You too.
Isn't that awesome?
Mm-hmm. Thank you, Deborah.
Yes. So she's right, And Kay, you didn't get a chance to say anything, so.
So I just wanted to say that, everything what you ladies said, I ditto what you guys said. And I read, in doing the research for this particular topic, I saw where, forgive me y'all, I get very upset when people cannot pronounce my name, but guess what? I'm going to try to pronounce this name. Alexis Ohanian, I believe it is. It's Serena Williams, the tennis player husband. They are a biracial married couple. And he was the co-founder of Reddit. And he had a video that he put out where he said that he was stepping down from his executive position. And he said the reason that he was doing so was because he needs to be able to answer the question when his black daughter asked him the question, what did you do? What did you do to make a difference?
My God.
He said he had to do that for his family, for his country. He said he's requesting that they replace his position with an African-American person to take his position. And I saw on some posts that he had as well, people was like going in on him, like asking, why are you leaving? You can do so much from within. Well, ladies and gentlemen, I can tell you from being in the higher position of a company, it is not easy to get everybody who has to have a vote on something to agree with what you're saying. So I think, it's just what my opinion is, I think maybe he tried all avenues before he made the decision and saw that it wasn't going anywhere and said, okay, let me move on and make a difference. And it's not easy when you're in a high seat and you have to go against other people that has to come along and give votes on what you believe to be right.
Absolutely.
So he's donated his first $1 million from his stock of Reddit to Colin Kaepernick, a black organization to help, not black organization, but his organization to help Black Lives Matter.
Wow. That is so awesome. That is so awesome. We have to go on another break. We'll be right back. Listen, you see how she said he made that donation? We have to make donations to our black communities. We have to make the money circulate in our black businesses, and those businesses that were closed because of pandemic or whatever the case, or because of the looting or whatever, we have to help build those businesses back up. Tell us how we can do it. Let's come together and make a decision. Let's come together and put together some strategies and a plan. But we'll be right back. I need you to like, I need you to share, and I need you to comment. We're going to talk about some sex trafficking in just a moment. Stay tuned.
Are you an artist, a writer of spoken word? Do you have content ready but need exposure? Get to know me. I'm Alicia, host of a new Facebook live stream show called The Flavor, where we promote local and international talent of all genres. Here are some rules and regulations to the videos that we'll be accepting. They must be radio ready, no cursing, no lewd language. You must send us contact information as well as a YouTube link to your video so we can extract it from there. Email us at 1061tv@gmail.com. And we thank you for your time. Are you an artist?
Today's world exposes our youth to life experiences that are well beyond that which their years should allow. Violence, trauma, poverty, injustice. Our children's lives and their livelihoods are in constant danger. Wisdom Inc. is a community-based organization designed to save young lives by reducing violence and assisting youth in their personal development. Wisdom stands for wise individuals structuring and developing youthful minds. Through our collective wisdom, we can change lives for the better. Wisdom Inc., reducing violence, developing youth, saving lives.
Everybody, yes, Talk Show Divas is back. Right, tradition. There's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with that. We have traditions out there, and they are that.
Unacceptable. Unacceptable. And I have never ever wanted anybody to have the death penalty, but this is one time where I'm sorry.
Always get it started, and I so, and I so, I'm independent, got my own.
Have to be with somebody that you question. We all should still protect ourselves.
But
And you telling me I'm losing money? Who? That don't even make sense.
And I'm so and I so.
We appreciate you for tuning in with us today. Again, you're streaming live every Sunday at 4:30 p.m. right here in Douglasville, Georgia, with me, your host, Kat Davis, my co-host, LaTanya, and Kay, and our executive producer.
And my clothes, light for the party, always get it started. And I so, and I so, I'm independent, got my own.
Again, welcome back to Talk Show Divas, where we're always streaming live every Sunday at 4:30 p.m. And listen, I always make sure we give a shout out to our executive producer, Felix Washington, our social media person, Shantae Barksdale, and to all of you that make this happen each and every week. You are greatly, greatly, greatly appreciated. And again, if you want to give donations, you can Cash App us at TV 1061. Any amount is welcome. Again, Cash App today. I need you to do it. TV 1061. So we're going to go right on into the topic, because this is something I think that we definitely want to discuss fully, because this has been an issue that has been going on for a very, very long time. And actually, I don't know if y'all seen the documentary of Epstein. Have y'all seen that?
No.
I have not.
Oh my God.
No.
I haven't seen it all.
Heard about it.
But when I say that is a mess, that is some evil, diabolical crap that was going on here in America for years, and he got away with it until somebody finally put a stop to it. It is unfortunate that they say that he killed himself. I think it was more to it than that, of course. But we're going to talk about the teenager who was accused of killing her alleged sex trafficker. She was just released on a $400,000 bond by an organization that helped get her out. She's a Wisconsin teenager, and I think her name is Crystal Kaiser. Yeah, 19 years old, y'all. 19 years old. And we're going to talk about that. I'm going to let y'all get your thoughts together on what you want to say as it relates to that topic. But I want our viewers to know that everything that you say and comment is very important to us, because we want to make sure that we give you feedback, and we want you to give us feedback as well. And again, you can always call in the number that I gave you earlier. Mr. Kenneth Lott, I keep getting your comments after we go on break. And so I still want to acknowledge what you said. And one of our first topics, you were saying that your fear is the safety issue around kids. All too often, kids get a hold of these weapons and harm themselves or someone else. Proper gun training and storage is a must. Yes, it is. Important. Very, very, very important. And then the second thing that you said, as it related to our second topic, you said that Silicon Valley is male-oriented, and the powers that be still control who get those positions of power, and they are not ready to put people of color in those positions. You are absolutely right. They are not ready to do it. But with everything that is going on now, and if we take a stand, it can move them out of the way. One of the things that I do know is that prayer works, that God is in control of everything, and while some may not be ready, God will make them ready. So thank you, Mr. Lott, for your comments. We appreciate you as always. And I wonder, did you get your oil yet?
Oh, I forgot to tell you. He said thank you so much. He loved it, and his wife loved it as well.
Okay.
Shelly loved it too.
I'm glad your wife loved that oil, honey. I'm glad she loves it. So, Kay, I'm going to let you start with the Wisconsin young lady. Do you think that she should be imprisoned because of what has happened? I mean, I can understand that she probably was traumatized We have no idea all of the things that she experienced during this sex trafficking, and most likely she was trying to protect herself. But yet again, it's almost as if that you're being punished after a punishment. Mm-hmm. You know, what is your take on this whole situation?
Well, it's very touching to me, as I have not ever in my life been involved in or, you know, been a victim of any type of sexual domestic violence or anything like that. But it's very close to me because I care about helping others and making sure others are well with whatever they have gone through. Mm-hmm. And when I read the story on Crystal, this happened when she was 16 years old. Mm-hmm. She's been in prison since she was 16 years old, and she's now 19 and just got released on Tuesday. Well, they signed for the release on Monday, but they didn't release her until Tuesday.
My God.
But I don't think if she done something to save her life, it's self-defense. I don't think she should be punished for defending herself. She, again, I am not a doctor, but I would think that her mind has been all over the place, and she probably thought about what if, will she ever get out? Will her family ever get to see her? Will she ever get to see her family? Mm-hmm. I mean, now she has to deal with something that's going to last, live in her soul for the rest of her life. Mm. And so to be, even at 19, she's still just a baby.
Just a baby.
At 19, she is still just a baby. And it's a lot for her to take in. And I don't think that she should be held with no charges or anything like that. They got 4 charges that they had brought against her. And I think it's crazy for them to want to pursue charges against her for protecting herself.
Right. It was saying that she is facing first-degree intentional homicide and use of a dangerous weapon and 4 other felony charges, according to the Kenosha County court records. Mm-hmm. Her original bond was $1 million.
$1 million.
And they reduced it to $400,000 in February, according to the court records. It says when Kaiser's case ends, the bond money will be used to establish a national fund for survivors of domestic and sexual violence facing charges. So, Tanya, it's like she's being doubly punished, like double punished. I just don't get how they can't see that. They saying it was intentional. What do you do when you're with a person that has kidnapped you and holding you against your will, who is making you have sex with multiple people? Mm-hmm. There's no telling what else, has happened during all of that time, and they're saying it was intentional. What was she supposed to do? If she was planning, she probably was planning an escape, not wanting to just kill the person, but planning an escape to get away. And sometimes when that happens, things can happen in the midst. We don't know what he did, that she probably did whatever she had to do to save her own life, So with all of this, how do you feel about this particular topic when you begin to research it?
Well, the first thing that I want to say is when I researched this, there is so much, it's so new, it's so current. Mm-hmm. With, it looks like when the bail was posted and she was released, a lot of information about the case started to come to the surface. And there is a tremendous amount of information out there. And I'm definitely not a proponent of victim blaming. I absolutely hate that. But I am also very much a proponent of having all the facts. And I can definitely tell you that we do not have all the facts in this case. There's a lot of stuff going on. As I was reading things, I had more questions than I did answers. In a lot of these cases when we hear about, and I'm just going to throw this one example out there, a lot of these cases when we hear about sex trafficking, these women are essentially, they are kidnapped, they are held hostage, they're not allowed to leave the premises of wherever they are being held in order to serve.
Right.
That does not appear to be the circumstance in this case. So that makes it a little bit different than what I'm used to hearing about when I'm, hearing about sex trafficking type cases. So just things like that. There's a lot of twists and turns to this that are, for me, I feel like I need a lot more information before I can, kind of figure out where I stand as far as how all of that shook out. The one area that I don't think I need any clarity on, and that concerns me in this, is that at the time that the man who was assaulting her, at the time that she killed him, just 4 months prior to that, he had been arrested and he had been charged with similar crimes. He was being looked at, already being investigated for sexual crimes, including sexual crimes against her. So 4 months before she shot and killed this man, there was already information out there that she was being assaulted by him, and that there was, and it wasn't just an inkling. As a matter of fact, the state in the current case against her actually said there was evidence, and it was undebatable evidence.
My God.
Some of it being on video. The state attorney said that existed and said it was not debatable. So they knew 4 months ago that she was going through a bad situation. They had videotaped evidence of it, and he was allowed to leave, go back to his home, and continue this behavior.
Wow.
So what I don't understand is, where was the state then? What was the efforts at that point to protect her? And even you can go so far as to say, what was the efforts to protect him? Because had this issue been addressed at that time and taken care of at that time, guess what? She wouldn't have been able to shoot him.
Right.
So where is the protection and the overlooking and the oversight and all of that? Where was that 4 months ago?
That's a great question. That's a great question, and that's in so many scenarios. In a lot of different situations, where are the police when you really need them?
Yeah.
Where are the state officials when you really need them? Where is the judicial system that helps and protects and serve us when you need them? Well, we have to take a break on that, but we'll be right back. We have more to talk about. We got one more segment left, so I need you all to share, comment, like, call in, do what you need to do. We'll be right back. Stay tuned.
Hi, this is Bill Duke, and you're watching TV 1061, your global network.
Hi, I'm Harry Lennox, and you're watching TV 1061, your global network.
Welcome to Burke's Jewelry. How may I help you?
We're looking for engagement rings.
We offer a wide selection. However, I believe we have just what you're looking for. Burke's Jeweler is your family's jeweler at 491 Flat Shoals Avenue Southeast, Atlanta, Georgia 30316.
Hey, we're back, y'all. Thank you for staying tuned in with us. We are so glad that you are right here. So we don't have much time, so we got to rock and roll right now with this particular topic, and this is about what's going on in Atlanta, where the mayor is beginning to speak out about COVID-19 and how it's a lot of talk, y'all, about there's going to be another wave of this COVID-19 and how people need to wear their masks. Listen, we've been wearing our masks. When we come in here, you see us now, but we have these masks on when we come in here. Trust and believe. We ain't playing no games, okay, with our masks. We're keeping safety measures intact. But y'all, real quick, because I want y'all to, we got to get this in from all our sides. What is going on? What is Keisha Bottoms talking about? What is the mayor talking about? What is this new wave? Why are the numbers spiking up again?
The numbers spiking up again because they shouldn't have opened up the state. They shouldn't have opened up the country. They should have kept everything closed until they saw the numbers go lower, and the numbers were not low enough, in my opinion, for them to even
to justify it.
You know, to justify them wanting to open up, you know, the public again. I understand businesses, people have to work, people have bills to pay. I am that person too. We are all up here.
Yes.
The persons who
All of
have,
us.
Right.
who are, you know, entrepreneurs on this platform and
Yes.
everything that, you know, have businesses and have to make sure that we can make our bills every month and take care of our families as well. But at the same time, it has to be with safety.
That's right.
Oh, yeah.
And I tell you, I see so many people without a mask on. And people are in these clubs. I see y'all in these clubs on social media. Y'all in these clubs. I hope y'all being protected.
Tanya, what?
Yeah, I think that people are just, people have gotten too comfortable, and I think that I think a lot of that can be attributed to media, that there was so much confusion around COVID and the testing and, you know, cures and vaccinations. There was so much misinformation and confusing information out there. So I think that people have just made an arbitrary decision that it just isn't something they need to be worried about. So when you go places now, there was a point in time where I would go to the store with my mask on and all my goodies, and I'd get in there and it was foreign if you saw somebody walking in the store without one. And now I'm going in the stores and going to where I have to go, and I'm the only one in there with one, or I might be one of maybe a handful that are in there with one. So it seems like, I don't know if people have just gotten tired of everything, tired of being in lockdown, tired of waiting for it.
It's not the time to get tired.
But I don't know if that's the case. But we definitely are continuing to see rising numbers, both in hospitalizations, in deaths, and rises in people who are being determined to have it. I know in Georgia now, there's almost 75,000 new cases that have come up. We've had 2,776 deaths. We have certain areas that have really high concentrations. That's Gwinnett County. Here has the most, and then it's followed by Fulton County and then DeKalb County. And the interesting thing, a couple of interesting things that I read, one was that the CDC director mentioned that for every one person who is diagnosed, there is probably at least 10 who are undiagnosed. So if you think about how many people are potentially walking around carrying it that could pass it on, that's quite a few people.
It is.
Quite a
They
few
don't
people.
even know they have it.
Correct.
The only reason why they have these numbers is because people are going to get tested, or because people have begun to get sick. And sometimes by the time they get sick, it's too late. And that's why they're having so many deaths.
I don't understand why the governor is saying that we're in a state of emergency with COVID, the coronavirus, but yet you rush to open up the state. I mean, people, y'all have to be careful. I mean, like, you have to do what's best for you and your family.
All I know is this sounds like some double standardness, you know.
Exactly.
When there's a double standard, that means you're unstable in all your ways, and so they're really being unstable in all of this. It's not making any sense at all. And now we have to take upon ourselves to do whatever we got to do to make sure that we are protected, that we are safe. We are in a world of emergency, you know, a world of emergency. And at this point, everyone needs to take precautions in everything that you do. They keep saying stay 6 feet apart, but yet and still, we're still doing hair, we're still doing nails. You're not 6 feet apart when you do that. Yes, we have masks. Then they're saying that the masks aren't really protecting you. People not washing their masks. You know, you're carrying germs within the mask. And some people are using the thermometers. So they are checking people's temperature, but what we're finding out that everybody does not have a temperature. So that's not even being accurate in saying if this person is sick or not. Because look at what happened to D.L. Hewley. He was on stage performing. He had no symptoms whatsoever until he fell out.
He thought it was exhaustion.
He thought it was exhaustion. He thought he was just literally tired. And to find out that now you have COVID-19, now your whole family has been at risk. So now your entire family has to be checked. And so we just have to be mindful to make sure that we try to stay 6 feet apart. If you haven't been tested, I know some people are like, I don't want to get tested because they've had problems with the COVID-19 being inside of the testing. So it's like you don't know what to do or who to trust anymore. You know, everything is a risk now. Everything is a risk.
Well, we about to get a double whammy of COVID and what this is, the sand thing that we're going to look like mummies. We're going to have to wrap up like mummies because it's supposed to be this burst of sand that's coming.
Oh, yeah,
that's
I heard
supposed
about
to
that. Did you hear
attack
about that?
us.
Yeah, I saw something come. Yeah.
That the sand was coming this way.
From Texas.
All I know is that we are asking each and every one of you out there to use safety precautions each and every day. Keep your hands clean. Make sure you wear your mask when you go out. Try to stay 6 feet apart if at all possible. I know we still have to continue to live. We still have to continue to function. Life has to continue to go on. But at the same time, it's not good for us to be in a closed-in place with over 100 people and we're shoulder to shoulder. If you have staff at your business that you know have been tested and then came back that they had COVID-19, you should immediately close your business down. You should have every staff member to be tested or quarantined for 14 days. That is a must. It's a no-brainer. Nobody should have to tell us that, you know. But unfortunately, this is what's going on. People are operating knowing that this is what they have going on at their place of business. So it's a real major concern. It's a major concern for a lot of areas.
And it's particularly concerning for Black people. Data shows just here in Georgia, that 49% of the deaths from COVID were Black people. 49%, so almost half of those lives that were lost were Black people.
So now they're saying 25 to 35 are the ones who are getting it and dying from it.
Right. There was a video that came out, and the man was saying that we need to wake up, that there is a conspiracy, and it has been going on for years, of depopulation throughout the world, and particularly towards our Black people. And so we have to be mindful. They said that this is starting with the scientists, that these illnesses, these diseases that have somehow spread it among the entire world has really, really caused some major havoc, and it came from these scientists. So we have to do a lot of research on the foods we need to eat and don't need to eat, medications we need to take and don't take.
Excuse me. Even with doing research for this, I saw where they said that it's been diagnosed through feces, the COVID.
Through feces?
The corona.
Wow. Listen, I don't know what we might hear.
And that again, that's the problem. There's so much inconsistent information.
Yes.
And anytime you have conflicting information and inconsistent information, you leave it in the hands of people to make their own decisions.
That's right.
You make judgment calls. One time it was, nobody needs to wear a mask. Don't worry about masks because they're not going to make a difference. The next thing you knew, everybody needed to be wearing a mask no matter what you were doing. So it was just this constant influx of inconsistent
like we're
information.
On a roller coaster ride.
So people are just left to, to try to guess and try to figure it out. And I think that people just kind of got to a point where they felt like, the experts, whoever we're looking at, they don't seem to know exactly what we should be doing. One week it's this, the next week they're going to change it. So I think people are just going with whatever they want to do.
Just stay inside. Yeah.
So it's up to, as individuals, we have to make a decision on what we're going to do based off of, what's best for us.
That's right.
And if you're one of those folks that wants to be out there and about and you want to roll the dice and take your chances, that is absolutely your right to do so.
Mm-hmm.
But then there's the rest of us that are going to be out there with their masks on.
Absolutely.
I'm going to be out there with my Lysol wipes, wiping down the grocery cart and all that, because I don't know, and I'd rather be safe than sorry.
I know that's right. And with that being said, I want to give an entrepreneurial spotlight tip real quick, because you all know that the deadline is June the 30th for those of you who have businesses, small businesses that have not applied for the PPP, that have not applied for the EIDL or just a regular SBA loan. The deadline is June the 30th. But listen, a lot of people have been getting caught with fraud and doing all types of things. And this is what I need you to understand. Why do y'all think that some of that money is free? It's because some of you all that didn't fill out that census, and now all of a sudden all these businesses are coming up, they're getting free data. The government is getting everything from you. Now they know what business you have, how much money you say you're making, where you live at, your social security number. They make billions of dollars off of our data. And now they have gotten a lot of data just from people filling out these applications to get free money. So I'm telling you to make sure you have your paperwork right. Make sure that you go ahead and file those taxes on what you said that you really make in those applications. Those people that you said work for you, then you need to complete those 1099s, those W-2 forms. All of that needs to be done. It is very important. Make sure your business is listed on the state secretary site. They're going to look it up. They're going to see. But right now, they're just taking all of your data. That's what it's all about. It's about getting data. You don't think that the government isn't going to get their money back? Trust and believe. They're giving this money away. They want you to circulate these dollars throughout the economy, and they want your data. So all I'm saying is make sure that you cover yourselves the right way. If you're filling out these applications and you're giving your social security number, your address, and all your information, make sure that everything you put is exactly what it is. It's not too late. I know you feel like, well, I done sent it in. Nope, you still got time to file your taxes. July 15th is the deadline.
Right.
You can complete that information. They have programs such as paycheckmanager.com that you can use to put your information in, employees' names, that will create a report for you that you can turn in. It is certified, and that is what they are receiving. So if you don't like QuickBooks, you can use paycheckmanager.com. It will also backdate it. If you didn't have any information before, it'll backdate it for you. I'm giving you this information. Take heed to what I'm saying. This is the end of our segment. That's your entrepreneurial tip spotlight for the day. I want y'all to stay tuned for Talk Show Kings. Please make sure you continue to give donations. Ladies, it was a pleasure as always for us to be up here to just provide you with some information. We always come to you every week with some great topics. And if you have some topics that you want us to discuss, then y'all email us. Send us some comments. Let us know. We want to make sure that we make it pleasurable for you as well. We appreciate you, viewers. Please stay tuned. Come back and see us on next week. Cash App, TV 1061. And again, kudos to our executive producer, Washington. He's the real GOAT, y'all. Again, thank you again. We'll see y'all next week. Talk Show Divas. Hey everybody, yes, Talk Show Divas is back. Right?
Tradition. There's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with that. We have traditions out there. They are that.
Unacceptable. Unacceptable. And I have never ever wanted anybody to have the death penalty, but this is one time where I'm sorry.
Always get it started. And I so, I'm independent, got my own. I could
have to be with somebody that you question. We all should still protect ourselves. But
And you telling me I'm losing money? That don't even make sense.
And I'm so and I so
We appreciate you for tuning in with us today. Again, we're streaming live every Sunday at 4:30 p.m. right here in Douglasville, Georgia, with me, your host, Kat Davis, my co-host, Latanya and Kay, and our executive producer.
And my clothes, light for the party, always get it started. And I so
Conceptualizing your ideas across the world and beyond.